Okay, so today I'm having lunch and I'm having lunch with a phenomenal guy. His name is Dean Sharps. Say hi, Dean.
Hi.
And I've known Dean like, what,
Hey.
10, 12 years. And the thing I remember most about Dean from the very beginning is that he's a very sharp guy. He's to the point. And I think I learned a lot from especially his steadfastness. You know, he has this sense of like steadiness about him. So and I think it's a really good balance, like, because I'm like sometimes all over the place, but Dean is very clear and he's very direct. And I think over the last 1 year when we've been working together, he has really gone out of his way to always do great stuff. So today I also wanted to catch this guy. He's a really busy guy, okay, because he has written a great book, and I'll get him to talk to you a little bit about the book and some of the key things that he maybe one or two key points, right? You can share with the people who are watching this. Okay, Dean, can you please introduce the wonderful book that you have written for all of us?
So I wrote this book, Speak Smart, Make Your Mark. And what is it about is exactly what the title says. How you communicate, especially in difficult conversation, will make your mark. So if you know how to say the right thing and exactly the right way, people will start looking at you in a very much positive light.
Yeah.
So one of the biggest challenge is when you need to give a feedback or a criticism, something that someone else need to improve, and you don't know how to because you always assume that it's either going to be taken very badly or you think that there's going to be some backlash on yourself. So there is a way for you to say what you want to say respectfully and in a way that people can accept it.
So Dean just talked about his fantastic book, and if I know Dean, he's a very direct guy. And what I love also about the book, it is that it is super readable. It's not like a textbook kind of thing. It's very readable and it's very conversational also in his approach.
And you can start from any chapter.
And you can start from any chapter. So remember that. I'll put the link to the book in the description below. Now I really do sound like one of those typical YouTubers, right? Okay, so Dean also helps us with a lot of workshops with regards to career planning. So he's like a career planning expert as well. He's helped many people, especially the people who are a little bit older, who are trying to find either job transition or they have been let go or one of those circumstances. So I'm just going to ask Dean, over the last year you've done so much of this work, so do you have any feedback for maybe prospective job seekers?
Yeah, sure. So I have if I were to think about all the issues that they face, the biggest issue, which is a stumbling block for the rest of the process, is being able to identify your strengths and communicating it in your resumes, in your cover letters, and even in the interview. So especially us Asians, we are taught to always be humble. So I always bring this issue up and we have a very good discussion. Say that, I tell them stop being humble. So if I say stop being humble, does that mean I'm asking you to be arrogant? No.
Yeah.
I'm not asking you to be the opposite of humble, but I'm asking you to take a different perspective. That means don't use humble as a reference point, use authenticity as a reference point. Which means be authentic. When you're being authentic, you will have no problem stating your strength because you know that is you.
Wow, so today we learned one word, right? So the opposite of humble.
It's not the opposite. Don't even think
it is
about
not even the opposite, but it's about being authentic. And I think that's such a fantastic. And Dean and I are in a slightly later part of our lives, and I think life experiences do shape a lot of how we think and how we approach things. We also connect very deeply on making sure we take action and get stuff done. And I hope to do more stuff with you guys. But today is just a very quick.
This guy is awesome.
But today is just a very quick impromptu process.